We are going to welcome on the stage Engineer KAZAWADI as he is going to give us a keynote speech of today. Please put your hands together as we welcome him on the stage.
Thank you, MC. The CEO, Nziza Academy, the Chief Technical Advisor, Ministry of Education, the Secretary General, Institution of Engineers, Rwanda, the Chief Skills Officer, distinguished guests, and graduates. I'm very pleased to stand here before you to address my speech to the graduates. I would like to share my experience in terms of how I see and perceive Nziza Academy. We all know that education is a gradual process. But when we graduate, sometimes we tend to be so excited, but actually that is when the learning begins. I believe the starting of Nziza was a persuasion of the person by the CEO to demonstrate that learning is a process that never ends. It actually goes with your lifetime. And any person who loves or practices learning is always updated, and the knowledge does not expire. Recently, I read an article which was emphasizing that the traditional way of learning should give certificates and degrees with expiry dates. Indeed, looking at how things are changing and have kept changing, if someone graduated 10 years ago and have not updated his skills, today it may be very difficult for him to apply or to even solve problems that he is expected to. With the knowledge, every time you also need skills. And skills is the purpose for Nziza Academy to facilitate engineering students and practitioners so that their knowledge which they gained at different times remain updated. But we all believe that when you learn and get the certificates without practice, you can never be an expert. So, to be an expert, we are required to have three main things, which are knowledge, skills, and experience. I do believe that Nziza is providing the skills, but the practice also exposes everyone to apply the skills and the knowledge that he gets. Dear graduates, I would like to encourage you to keep improving your knowledge for you to be and stay relevant in the sector and industry. This will be achieved by observing each one of you at least to have 5 people. And when I say 5 people, I want to be understood as it does not require 5 individuals, but in each and everyone's time and opportunity, he needs to evaluate and assess whether he or she has the 5 people that I'm about to talk about. In order for you to succeed with your expertise that now you are putting up together, we need to have the cheerleader first. Because learning is a process, and life is a learning experience, we need to have someone who is always with us, not necessarily physically, but whom we feel he is our cheer. The reason for having him is that when we are discouraged or disappointed, we don't lose hope and we keep trying. The second person that we need is a mentor. And in this regard, I see Nziza Academy as a network or an opportunity for mentorship. That's why we have the Midas experts who have come here to share their knowledge and experience with you. But knowing that sometimes the learning process, it reaches where it becomes hard and frustrating. So, you need someone to push us, who is the third person whom I can call a coach. Sometimes I have seen that many people do not differentiate between a mentor and a coach. But the simpler experience or the simpler way of differentiating them is that the mentor always takes you beyond your comfort zone. That is the only difference. Sometimes it can be too tricky, too frustrating, too complicated. If you don't have a coach, you may not exceed your comfort zone. And when you stay in the comfort zone, learning becomes so complicated. Not only learning, but even achieving anything might just remain as a dream. The fourth person that I want you to have or think of having one is a friend. And in this case, sometimes we don't know or we don't understand properly how to know who is a friend. But the best way of describing a friend is someone whom, when you are happy, he is happy. When you are in pain, he is in pain. So you share all the experiences. Why? Because life or the workplace, it can never always be flat or steep. It will reach a point where you feel somehow you're about to give up. When you have a friend whom you share your frustrations, disappointments, it can give you another room of motivation to carry on. The fifth person that you need is a peer. I understand most of you here are professionals, engineers, architects, surveyors. Every time you need to equate yourself with someone who does the same things. You know, in engineering experience, sometimes things can get tough and too problematic. But a peer can give you a simple formula without reading volumes of books, without applying. With nowadays technology, sometimes it's just clicking. So, these 5 people that I have just mentioned, for the success of graduates to be relevant on the market, each and every one of you needs to find these 5 people. And as I can see, at least Nziza Academy is the center